man accused of shooting his neighbor in Minneapolis makes his first court appearance today. 54-year-old John Sawchuk faces attempted murder and other charges for shooting his neighbor in the neck as he was cutting down a tree in his front yard. Fox 9's Karen Scullin with an update on this case tonight. Karen?
Y'all ever see that show called Fear Thy Neighbor? We've been watching that. Brother! How these just be getting into all type of petty disputes over the most pettiest things.
I can't believe we're watching one on live right now.
We're watching one devolve in real life.
Real time.
And then all of a sudden, bro just have enough one day, walk into his neighbor's house with a blammy and just finish everybody. And then just come outside and get arrested. Like, I had enough. He stepped on my property. He stepped on my flowers. He knocked over my fence. Are you kidding me? Yeah?
Disrespecting me any kind of way. Like, it's crazy.
That's what we doing? Oh, shit. Like, that's what we got right here. Expect that if you watch that show in 2 to 3 years, watch this gonna be on that show. Gotta be. Maybe they wait a little bit longer for the families or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this case, of course, has gotten very controversial. A lot of people believing Minneapolis police should have done a lot more to bring John Sawchuk into custody before the shooting, especially since Davis Maturi filed 19 reports with Minneapolis about his neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Today, John Sawchuk faced a judge for the first time for second-degree attempted murder and other charges. He's accused of shooting his neighbor, Davis Maturi.
First of all, why they don't charge him with first-degree murder? That's the first thing. You took aim from your window and shot your neighbor while he was cutting grass. What are you talking about? We're cutting the hedges. You kidding me? That's first-degree murder. What second-degree murder? I'm already suspicious of the prosecutor already. What's wrong with you, bro? Charge high, aim low. What you mean? Cops, they do that all the time. Charge you with outlandish shit to get you to plead to lesser shit. Nah, you can charge him with first-degree murder, and he could still get convicted of second-degree murder at the trial. There's no reason not to charge him. What's the problem with that? That's the first thing. The second thing is, I mean, maybe or may not they'll get to this, but they took over a week to arrest him.
Neck as he cut down a tree last week in his front yard.
Jesus.
In court today, while arguing bail, Hennepin County prosecutor brought up that Sawchuk had a civil commitment in 2016 that expired in 2017, and that 10 people had filed restraining orders against Sawchuk
He's
in the
a
last
menace.
15 years. The public defender saying he denies the current allegations against
I bet
him
he does.
and that he has no felony convictions.
I don't care.
The judge gave Sawchuk a $1 million bail with no conditions, or $600,000 with conditions that include, in part, a 3-block no-contact order with Maturi or his wife, which means he could not live at home.
Okay.
He also cannot have firearms. He would be on electronic home monitoring as well. Sawchuk said he could...
In one of the... Sorry to keep pausing it, but in one of the Fear Thy Neighbor things we saw, bro shot the neighbor and then was allowed to go back to his house and live at the house during the trial. Like he's walking by the kids of the guy he shot every day for months.
Torment.
Oh my gosh. I tell you what, something would happen to him. He would walk by my house 1-2 times. Oh, you shot my daddy? All right, keep it up. 1-2 more times and find your ass in the dumpster.
Not make bail and repeatedly asked the judge how he can file a restraining order against the Maturis, who, quote, keep coming on my property. He also accuses them of stalking him. His attorney explained to him now was not the time to discuss that.
You liar.
Stay away from me.
The victim in this case had filed 19 reports with Minneapolis police regarding Sawchuk. Maturi even documenting some of the issues on video.
Look at this fucking
Those
clown.
reports included vandalism, theft, and threats of violence. Sawchuk was arrested yesterday after a 5-hour standoff with Minneapolis police. Currently, Sawchuk remains in the Hennepin County Jail.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did arrest him.
Yeah, after a week. And I don't know if they're going to put it in here, but we saw a video of the police saying that they were not going to go in guns blazing. And
because he's a dangerous man.
Because he's dangerous and armed, and they didn't want to create a deadly force situation.
We are not going to bust the door down, guns blazing, and get into a deadly force situation. That's not going to happen. In addition, the situation escalated in part by actions that were precipitated by the victim.
Maturi responding.
He's a liar. He's a nothing liar.
O'Hara says they've been trying to safely arrest him since April, waiting for him to leave his home. So why don't they go into his house and arrest him?
If we did go in with a SWAT team and wound up in a deadly force situation, the headlines would read, MPD shoots a mentally ill person.
I'm sorry, you fucking moron. Since when did the police decide that they're just not going to fucking capture the suspect? When was that something that's real? When you do some shit like this, they chase you, period. You shot a man. What do you mean he's too dangerous for us to apprehend? You act like this is a jaywalking ticket or jaywalking summons you're trying to fucking serve. It's attempted murder of his neighbor from a sniper position.
And there were multiple other complaints from other people.
Bro, he's a terror to the fucking neighborhood.
Yes.
Like, bro's literally got a terrorist living in the goddamn fucking neighborhood. And you guys stood there and did what?
Nothing.
Stood there with your dicks in your hands instead of fucking going out to get him. And now you want to talk about, yes, after a standoff, we finally got him. Look what we did. Yeah, look what you did do. Garbage.
Y'all did the standoff because the town was outraged.
Not just the town. The internet's outraged. And the outrage because they're accusing you motherfuckers of being racist. Because, I'm not going to lie, Minneapolis, Minnesota got a history of that fuck shit.
I was thinking.
Believe that. I'm not going to say nothing. Use Google, motherfucker. But god damn it, son. It's like white neighbor shoots black fucking neighbor who while he's minding his business in his own yard. And you white police thought it was fucking smart and that it was good optics to wait a week to fucking arrest him?
Not bat an eye, but if it was the inverse, where would we be at? Where would we be
They would have
at?
kicked that door down the same day, bruh.
Oh, right.
I never heard of what you're talking about. So when you do weird shit like this, that's what makes people think you're racist. Because that's what the police used to do back in the days. White people used to do things to black people in open view of everyone with 100 witnesses and just not arrest them. It'd be a situation.
Not even do the case.
But sometimes even if they did the case, it's like they'd wait mad long. Like it'd be a situation where it's clearly a murder. It's not self-defense. But the guy will say self-defense. And rather than them, because the police, you can say self-defense, the police like, I don't believe you, and then take you into custody. That's all that is. Prove it in court if you feel like it. That's your defense. But instead, they make the decision on their own to say, nah, I believe you, your self-defense. No cameras, nothing was reviewed. Just you talk to him, standing over another person's dead body. You believe him, and leave him in his house with the murder weapon, with his gun, and you don't do nothing about it. And then when people get upset, maybe back then they did do something about it, and then when you go to court, you get an all-white jury, and they fucking let you go. Like, that's the thing that it looks like you're doing when you do shit like this.
Yep.
See, the thing is like, oh, well, you can't jump to the conclusion that they're being racist. You're right, you can't. But if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, motherfucker, you need to understand what it looks like you're doing. Like, use your fucking brain. Optics are bad for shit like this. Especially for you, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Optics are bad. You want to be sure you don't look like you're being weird.
Right.
So when some racially charged situation happens, give it the proper fucking attention. How hard is that?
It doesn't. It's not even. It became racial because the situation was
Because you dumbass took too long.
Right.
That's why.
But this man was a civil servant of this town, and y'all didn't bat an eye.
Like, just because white people kill black people or black people kill white people does not mean that it's racially motivated.
Right.
So, like I said, you doing your job properly like we would think in any situation, regardless of the color, you shoot your neighbor, they come and grab you.
Right.
Period.
Right.
There's no witnesses that can confirm or cameras that can confirm that this was self-defense. Get his ass.
The whole problem is we want y'all to bestow the same courtesy that you give other people, your fellow people, the same thing to us. That's it.
And then the audacity and the disrespect for the fucking police chief or whatever ranking police he is to get on the TV and say we're not gonna go in guns blazing because we don't want to create a deadly force situation. He's already killed one person. He's literally a threat to the community.
Swap.
To be honest, he shouldn't have even gotten bail. Because this ain't we had a dispute in the yard and I got my gun and I shot you.
And only you two.
Right. But no, but even if it's just them two, keep it just confined to them. You have to think about how the killing happened, or he's still alive, how the shooting happened. It's not like a hot-blooded situation where we're arguing and I pull the strappy and I shoot you. Or we're arguing, I run inside, get it real quick, come out and blame you. Like, that's not what happened. Still, I mean, arguably you could get a little bit more chance to get bail in that scenario. But to say that he hit her from his window through the back of his neck while he was in the other yard. How do you give somebody like that bail? Who's sniping people?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I know y'all must have the gun by now, right? Or who knows? Maybe not. And as a matter of fact, these fucking clowns, so incompetent, you gave them a week to hide and destroy evidence. Instead of going, I hope y'all found the gun. Now what happens when he goes to trial and they can't find the gun? He's be like, I didn't do it. Brother, y'all are nasty. This is nasty work. So don't get in my comments and be like, oh, it's not racially motivated. It sure looks like it. Because this level of incompetence is fucking staggering. It's shocking. And based on how we know police behave when any person of any color decides to fucking shoot at people, it's very strange to see you act like this. You tell me this isn't strange? Tell me the reason why. He's old, he's mentally ill, none of that fucking matters.
Shit.
None of that matters.
Shit, you give a faulty $20 bill, they step on your neck.
Right? You kidding me?
That's the degree of which we get. So, where is that? Where is that?
Right. I don't know. Why don't you stand on his neck? Do that shit. I'm just saying. Y'all stupid. Get the fuck out of here with this rat behavior. I hope they bring the guillotine out for bro. Bring out the medieval shit. Breaking on the wheel. Drawn quarter. Do bro like they did fucking William Wallace. Freedom! Yeah, cut him up and fuck him up. Put his head over here, his neck over there. Quit playing with me, son. Get the fuck out of here.